In the vibrant city of Lagos, where the hustle and bustle never stopped, there lived a wealthy businessman named Leo. Leo was a man of many accomplishments. He owned the largest shipping company in West Africa and had more money than he could count. But for all his riches, Leo was missing someone to share his life with. Leo's parents, Chief and Mama Leo Bayo, were traditional and always concerned about family reputation. They pressured him to get married, believing it was time he settled down. Leo had been avoiding their questions for years, focusing on his business instead. But now, his parents were coming to visit, and they expected to meet his fiancée. Desperate, Leo came up with a plan. He would hire someone to pretend to be his fiancée just for the duration of his parents' visit. He discussed this idea with his friend, Tund, who knew someone perfect for the role. "Her name is Ava," Tund said. "She's kind, smart, and in need of money. She lives in the outskirts of the city, in a small village called Ijebu." Leo agreed to meet Ava the next day. When he arrived at her humble home, he was taken aback by her beauty and grace. Ava was unlike anyone he had ever met. Her eyes sparkled with warmth, and her smile could light up a room. But what struck him most was her simplicity and honesty. "Mr. Leo," she began, "I understand what you're asking me to do, but I need to know why you're doing this." Leo was surprised by her directness. "My parents are traditional, and they're coming to Lagos soon. They expect to meet my fiancé. I need someone to help me, just for a few days." Ava thought for a moment. "And what will happen after they leave? What if they want to meet me again?" "We'll deal with that when the time comes," Leo replied. "For now, I'll pay you well for your help." Ava nodded, accepting the deal. She needed the money to take care of her sick mother and to keep her younger siblings in school. They agreed on a plan, and Leo promised to pick her up the next day to prepare for their roles. The following evening, Leo brought Ava to his luxurious mansion in Victoria Island. It was the first time she had ever seen such wealth. The house was enormous, with sparkling chandeliers and marble floors. Ava felt out of place, but did her best to stay calm. Leo's staff were friendly and helped Ava dress in beautiful clothes that Leo had bought for her. As they sat down to rehearse their story, Leo was impressed by how quickly Ava adapted. She had a natural charm and intelligence that made their story believable. When the day finally came, Chief and Mama Leo Bayo arrived with great anticipation. They were greeted by Leo and Ava, who played their parts perfectly. They laughed and talked like old friends, and Leo's parents were delighted. But during dinner, something unexpected happened. Chief Leo Bayo asked Ava about her family and upbringing. Leo tensed, fearing she might slip up, but Ava spoke confidently. "I come from a small village called Ijebu," she said. "We may not have much, but we have love and respect. My mother always taught me that true wealth is found in the people you cherish, not in material things." There was a moment of silence as everyone absorbed her words. Leo's parents were visibly moved. They had never heard someone speak so eloquently about such simple truths. Leo, too, was stunned by Ava's sincerity and wisdom. For the first time, he saw her not just as a hired actress, but as someone truly remarkable. As the night went on, Ava's stories and genuine warmth captivated everyone at the table. Leo couldn't help but feel a growing admiration for her. It was then that he realized their agreement might be more complicated than he had anticipated. As the night wore on, Leo found himself more and more captivated by Ava's stories and the way she effortlessly connected with his parents. It was clear that she was not just playing a role, she was being herself, and that authenticity shone through. Leo's admiration for Ava grew with every passing moment. The next few days went by in a blur of family outings and dinners. Chief and Mama Liobeo were thoroughly charmed by Ava. They admired her grace, her intelligence, and her deep sense of family values. Leo watched with a mix of pride and confusion as his parents grew more and more attached to Ava. One evening, after a particularly pleasant dinner, Leo's parents pulled him aside. "Leo," his mother began, "we've never seen you so happy. Ava is a wonderful woman. You've Leo an excellent choice." His father nodded in agreement. "We hope you'll cherish her and build a beautiful life together." Leo's heart sank. He knew he had to come clean, but the thought of disappointing his parents and hurting Ava was unbearable. That night, he lay awake, torn between his growing feelings for Ava and the deception that had brought her into his life. The next morning, Leo decided to speak with Ava. They met in the garden, away from prying eyes. "Ava," he began, "I can't keep this up. My parents are growing more attached to you every day. I need to tell them the truth." Ava looked at him with understanding eyes. "I know, Leo. This can't go on forever. But I have to admit, I've grown fond of your parents and of you." Leo was taken aback. "Ava, I never expected this to become so real. I thought I could just hire someone, play a role, and move on. But you've changed everything." Ava smiled softly. "Maybe it's time we stop pretending and start being honest." Later that day, Leo gathered his parents and Ava in the living room. He took a deep breath and began to speak. "Mom, Dad, there's something I need to tell you. Ava and we're not really engaged. I hired her to play the role because I was afraid of disappointing you." Chief and Mama Liobeo looked shocked and hurt. "Why would you do such a thing?" his mother asked. "I thought it was the only way to make you happy," Leo explained. "But in doing so, I realized something. Ava isn't just playing a role. She's become someone important to me. I don't want this to end." Ava stepped forward. "I agreed to this arrangement because I needed the money to support my family. But in the process, I found a family I never expected. Leo, your parents are wonderful, and you've shown me kindness and respect. I want to stay, not as a hired actress, but as someone who genuinely cares." There was a long silence as everyone absorbed the truth. Finally, Chief Liobeo spoke. "We are disappointed in the deception, but we see the sincerity in both of you. If you truly care for each other, then we can find a way forward." Mama Liobeo nodded. "Let's start fresh. No more lies. Just honesty and love." From that day on, Leo and Ava began to build a real relationship. They spent time getting to know each other, sharing their dreams and fears. Leo's parents supported them, grateful for the second chance at building a genuine connection. Months later, Leo proposed to Ava, this time for real. She accepted with tears of joy, and their wedding was a celebration of love, honesty, and the unexpected journey that had brought them together. Ava's family from Ijebu joined in the celebration, and the two families merged into one, united by love and respect. Leo and Ava's story became a legend in Lagos, a testament to the power of sincerity and the unexpected paths life can take. As the sun set over Lagos, Leo and Ava danced under the stars, surrounded by their loved ones. Laughter and joy filled the air, reminding everyone that sometimes the most beautiful stories come from the most unexpected beginnings. And so, in the heart of Africa, A wealthy businessman and a poor woman found love in the most unexpected way, proving that true wealth lies not in riches, but in the love and bonds we create.